Hello, everyone. I'm sorry everyone is having problems coming on today, but we don't want to get behind. So I will go through the explanation of the College Algebra number 7 worksheet, and I'll send you the session via email, and then I'll upload the recording to YouTube. So let's get started. The first problem: 3/5 of the world's population live in Asia. In 2011, the population of Asia was estimated to be 4.17 billion. Using these figures, what was the world's population in 2011? Now, to solve this problem, you have to use what they gave you. 3/5 of the population that live in Asia is estimated to be 4.17 billion. So what we will have to do is we can write then, let's just write here, 4.17 billion is 3/5 of the world's population. So let me just write that. 4.17 billion is equal to 3/5 of the world's population. Okay, now, so we can write that as an equation. 3/5 of n, let's just say we'll let n equal world's population. Okay, so that means I can say that 3/5 of n is equal to 4.17 billion. So solving for n, dividing both sides by 3/5, which is actually multiplying by 5/3, because you must invert your divisor when it's a fraction. Okay, so then n would be equal to, this is small n, be equal to 4.17 billion, and this would be times 5/3, because dividing by 3/5 means multiplying by 5/3. So if you multiply this out, you should get the answer 6.95 billion. 6.95 billion. And that would be answer C. Answer C. Multiply 5 by 4.17 and then divide by 3. So that means 5 times 4.17 is 20.85. So let me just put that there, 20.85, and then divide this by 3, the 20.85 by 3, and you get 6.95 billion. So that's the answer to number 1. 3/5 of the world's population that we want to calculate is Asia, 4.17 billion. Okay, now let's go to number 2. Number 2, Mr. Singh paid $15,847 for a new car, including the 6% sales tax. What was the cost of the car before the tax was added? Now, that 15,847 is equal to the cost of the car plus 6% of the cost, which is the sales tax. So let me just put that in words. the cost of the car is equal to, that is the what he paid for the car is equal to. Okay, let me just change this. Paid for the car is equal to the cost of the car plus 6% of the cost of the car, which is the sales tax. So that would be plus 6% of the cost of the car. So I'm putting it in words just like I said it. So what he paid for the car is equal to the cost of the car. Let's just be consistent here. Plus 6% of the cost of the car. Now, 6% means you multiplying the 6% by the cost of the car, which you change to decimals, and that becomes 0.06. So what he paid for the car, and I'll just say the cost of the car before what he paid for the car is $15,847. So let's just put that there, $15,847. That's what he paid for the car. Is equal to, and let's call this C, and I'll put here, let C equal cost of the car. All right, so that would be C plus 6% of C. So that would be C plus 0.06 C. Okay, so what he paid for the car is the cost of the car plus the sales tax. The sales tax is 6% of the cost of the car. So if we add those two together, we get what? 1.06. So let's just write here. We get 15,847 equal 1.06 C. Because notice this C is the same as 1C. So let me just put a 1 here. Okay. So 1 plus 0.06 is 1.06. Now you divide both sides by 1.06. So divide both sides by 1.06, and that will give us the cost of the car. So let's just put that there, and I'll put this here and then do the division. Okay, this here. Okay, divide both sides by 1.06, left side and the right side, and we get the cost. So divided by 1.06, 1.06, and the right side by 1.06. Now, so the left side would be the division of 15,847 divided by 1.06, right side 1.06 C divided by 1.06, which just gives you C, and I'll just switch it and put the C in the front, okay? So C, the cost, would be equal to, and if you divide that out, you should get $14,950. Okay, so that would be answer B. Okay, answer B. That's the way you solve that one. You know what you paid for it? The cost of the car, you add it to 6% cost of the car, and that's what you paid for it. Okay, so the cost of the car before you added the tax was $14,950. Okay, let's go to number 3. Now, number 3 is a ratio proportion problem. Let's just bring this down. John and Karen both have 50,000 life insurance. Okay. And the monthly insurance premiums are directly proportional to the age in years of the person being insured. John is 65, pays $78 per month. Karen is 25 years old. How much monthly premium does Karen pay? Now, we know if it's directly proportional, Karen will be paying less than John. So you can eliminate answers that are greater than 78. So you can eliminate C. Cannot be greater. It's got to be less than. So how do we set up the ratio? Well, you can put years over years equal premium payment over an unknown, or you could put the year over what is paid, and that's equal to year over what Karen would pay. So let's just set it up. Let's just set up the ratio. Now the ratio is just a fraction. The proportion is setting ratios as equal. So you would have, let's just take John, 65 years old. All right. And he's paying $78 a month. So let's just put 78 under here. Okay. And that's equal to Karen is 25 years old. So if we put 25, that's her age. And we'll just say N is what she's paying for her monthly premium. So we'll put N here. Okay. Now to solve for N, you can cross multiply. 65 times N equals 25 times 78. So let's just write that there. 65N equal 25 times 78. Okay, so N is going to be equal to 25 times 78 divided by 65. Okay, so set a line, put out 65 here. All right, now once we calculate that, multiply 25 by 78 and divide by 25, and you'll get 25. So N is what Karen would pay is equal to $25. Right? Small n. So the answer, what is the 25? Oh, I'm sorry. I put, it's not 25, it's 30. So the answer is B. B. Now, 25 times 78, let me just multiply that out. 25 times 78, that's 1950. Okay, so just put this here, equal 1950, and divide that by 65, and you get 30. 1950, I'll put the 65 here. And that's equal to 30. Equal $30. Okay. So we can just take out these extra underlines here so we don't have any confusion here. Okay, and we don't need an underline under the 30. So the answer is $30, which is answer B. Okay, let's go to number 4. The amount of money M in dollars Paul earns can be represented by the equation M equals 12.5 times H plus 11, where H is the number of hours Paul works. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 11 in the equation? Now, notice that equation is in the same format of our y equal mx plus b. And b was always a constant in that equation. All right. Now, the M, which is 12.5 here, that represents how much he gets paid per hour. So A cannot be it because what he gets paid per hour is not 11, it's the 12.5. The total amount of money in dollars he earns after working X hours would be the M value, 12.5 H plus 11. The total amount of money in dollars Paul earns after working for 1 hour is the $12.50. So the answer would be D. That's additional money that he earns over his hourly wage. Okay, so answer D. Okay, so that's the answer. In addition to $12.50 an hour that Paul earns, he gets an extra $11. So the 11 is added to the product of his hours time his $12.50 per hour. Answer D. Okay, let's go to number 5. I think number 5 is a mean problem. Calculate the mean. Okay. And you remember how to calculate the mean. Add up all your items, divide by the number of items. So you have a table here. You have countries and you have population. And what we define is which of the following and choices here is closest to the mean population of these countries. So the mean, you add up all these numbers, and there are 5 of them. So then you divide by 5. So let's just see. Okay, so let's just do it in steps. Let's just okay, let's add up our mean, and we don't worry about the order. We can just put them just the way they are in the table. 65.9 plus 80.8. Okay, plus 60.8. Okay, plus 46.5. Okay, plus 64.3. Okay, take that comma out. We don't need a comma there. Okay, now that way will divide by how many countries? There are 5. So that total, we would divide that by 5. Okay, so let's divide by 5. All right, now this is equal to, so we say equal, and that total comes out the 318.3. So 318.3, and we're dividing that total by 5. So let's put the 5 here. And if we do that, we get, okay, that's equal to 63.7, equal 63.7. All right, so what is the answer? C. C is 63.7 million. So answer C. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. Now, you're given an expression here. Notice it's not an equation. You don't see an equal sign. It's not an inequality. You don't see the inequality sign. So it's an expression. Okay. Which of the following is equivalent? Okay. So let's just let's just take this expression. All right. Now 4 times x plus 5. 4 times x is 4x, because that 4 is multiplied by everything in the parenthesis, within the parenthesis, okay? So 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 5 is 20. So that would be plus 20, okay? And this is plus 4x plus 8. Okay, so if we add our like terms, 4x plus 4x is 8x. So we can write here 8x, and 20 plus 8 is 28. So that's plus 28. Notice I just added the like terms. 4x plus 4x is 8x. 20 plus 8 is 28. Okay, now, which one does that look like? Okay, if I factor out a 4, what number times 4 gives 8? 2. So that would be 2x. And then I factor 4 out of 28. Let's see, plus. And that would be what? What are the factors 28? If one of them is 4, then there has to be a 7, right? So 8x plus 28 is the same as 4 times 2x plus 7, which is answer A. ANSWER A. Okay. So that would be answer A. So let's go to number 7. And number 7 deals with water flowing out of from a pump. And we've got the rate 1.5 gallons per minute. So if you want to find how long it takes, what do we have to do? We have to divide the capacity of the tank, 150 gallons, and divide that by the rate of 1.5 gallons per minute. So that would be 150, and that's gallons, right? And divided by the rate, and the rate is, let's just underline that, 1.5 gallons per minute. That's the rate, okay? And that gallons divided by gallons per minute would give you minutes, right? So let's just take this and say equal. Now, 150 over 1.5 is really, if I shift the decimal point one place in the numerator and the denominator, make it simpler, 1,500 over 15. That makes it easier. Now you can do mental math. 1,500 divided by 15. And what does that give you? 100 minutes, okay? So 15 into 15 is 1, and then you have 2 zeros. So that's equal to, you could have left it as a decimal, but sometimes it's easier to not to work with the whole numbers instead of decimal. So this will be equal to 100 minutes. And the answer would be B. ANSWER B. Okay, so how long would it take? It would take 100 minutes for the water to fill that tub that's 150 gallon capacity if the rate is 1.5 gallons per minute. Okay, let's go to number 8. Number 8. Okay. So what are we trying to find in number 8? Let me bring that down further so we're all on one page. So number 8, you're given a table here of how people voted on issues P and Q. So you've got 50 registered voters in the city, and they would vote yes or no on 2 different issues. Now, if a voter who plans to vote yes on P, and that's right here, yes on P, is randomly selected, what is the probability that that voter also plans to vote yes on issue Q? Okay, so the voter that plans to vote yes on issue Q and yes on issue P, there are 8 of those, right? So probability equal possible outcomes divided by the total, right? So we underline that. And this is divided by total. So let's put our values in there. Okay, now what I will do, so I'll just say P for probability. The possible, and I showed you in the table, I'll show you again, 8 possible yes on issue Q and yes on, that's 8, right? So possible outcomes is 8. And here you see the total is 20, right? So let's just put this on the line and put 20 here. Okay. So we get 8 over 20. And if you simplify that, notice 4 can be divided into 8 and 4 can be divided into 20. So that would be, let's just get rid of the underline. We don't need it here.
Hey, Miss Barbara.
Hello, Latoya. How you doing? I'm recording it because I said I didn't want to not have something there for you to see. So we can continue. I'm at number 8. So when I get to number 9, be ready to go. So 4 in the 8 is what? 2 times. And 4 in the 20 is 5 times. So I'll use the slash for division. And our answers, let's see if they were given in percent. Okay. Oh, they're given as decimal. So 2/5 equal 0.40. That's right, a 40%. Okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. So what's the answer, Latoya?
C.
Very good.
Yeah, get that one right.
Yeah, I know you had a lot of them right, which is really good. Okay. So that was number 8. And now Latoya is going to take over. Latoya, number 9.
I don't see number 9.
You see it now.
Oh,
There
you
you
give me the
are.
hardest one. Oh.
No.
This one I got wrong, but then my spirit was telling me it's perpendicular.
Yes, it is
I
perpendicular.
accidentally circle parallel. I was like,
yes, it's perpendicular because perpendicular means what? The slopes are the inverse and sign change. So if it's 5, then the slope of the other line would be minus 1 over 5. In other words, the inverse and then the sign change. So what you had to do was take these equations and solve for y, right? Did you do that, Latoya?
No, I just guess. They was for the perpendicular.
Oh, you just guessed. Okay, well, let's solve them, right?
We gotta put the y's and the you gotta put like terms together.
That's right. So what would I do first for this one? The first equation, what would I do?
It's gonna be 3y minus 5y
Where do you
plus
see
5.
5y? That's that
No,
2x.
no, it's gonna be no 3y plus the 5y. You combining like terms. Oh no, it's
No,
gonna be a
no, no.
plus
You're not
2x.
trying to solve simultaneous equations for x and y. You're
We're
trying to
gonna do
you trying to
yeah,
find slope.
it's gonna be a plus 2.
Plus what?
2.
What will I do to this equation? Remember now, I'm trying to get this equation to look like, okay, here's what we're trying to get it to look like the slope intercept formula.
Y
Y
equal
equal m.
mx plus b.
That's right. That's what we're trying to get. Then m is going to be the slope. So tell me, how do I change this equation to get it in this slope intercept format? What would I do first?
You're gonna have a plus 2.
Remember, I want this y. Let's do it this way. I want the y on the left. So everything that's on the right, I need to get it on, on the left. That's not with y, I need to get it on the right. So what do I do?
So it's gonna be a minus 3.
No. What are you gonna do first? I want to isolate just the 3y by itself. So what do I do with the minus 2x and the plus 2? What do I do with those?
It's gonna be a minus 4x.
Where are you getting a minus 4x from?
I add them.
Well, a minus 2x and a plus 2x is a 0.
Yeah, I said that before. You didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but
so
you
that's why I
said
said-
4x.
No, I said it before this. I said plus 2x, and you didn't say nothing. That's why I
No, I
changed
thought you said
my thing.
2. I thought you just said 2.
I said
Okay.
plus 2.
Yeah, that's what you said, plus 2.
Yeah.
It's a plus
So
2x.
small.
So add, okay.
Yeah, I gotta say it in the
That's right.
potential form. That's
Add plus 2x. And we'll say to both sides.
sides.
Right. Now, that will give you
3y.
Yeah, I'm going to put this, copy this over. Okay, I'm going to copy this over and put it here. Now, if I add the 2x to both sides, I'm going to combine steps here. My 2x and minus 2x is going to give you 0, right? But I will still have plus 2x on the right side. So this 2x is going to come out because I'm adding a plus 2x, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now what do I do next, Latoya?
You're gonna
Remember, the thing is, I want 3y isolated by itself on the left. So what do I do with the plus 2?
You're gonna subtract minus 2.
That's right. Excellent. Subtract 2 from both sides. Okay. And if I do that, I'll have what? Let me just copy it.
3y
That's it. I'll have 3y left.
equal 13x minus 19.
Okay, so I'm going to put this here, and the 2 is going to come out because I'm subtracting it, right? But I'm subtracting over here too, right? Minus 2x. So now I have 3y. Now let's work with the right side. What does that? Let's combine our like terms.
So it's gonna be 13x.
So 13x, and what else?
Minus 19.
Okay, and what else?
Minus 2x plus 2x minus 2x.
Plus 2x and minus 2x is what?
0.
0. Okay, because when I added the 2x to both sides, let's see.
Oops.
No, this is not this is a 2, not an
Yeah,
X.
that's 2.
That's 2, not an X. Be careful here. All right. Okay, so now combine them. What do I get, Latoya? What's 13X and 2X?
15x.
Okay, so that's 15X. Okay, so I can take that 2X out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's 19 minus 19 minus 2?
Minus 31. No, minus 17. Sorry.
A minus 19 and a minus 2?
Sorry. It's a minus 21.
Thank
I
you,
don't know.
Latoya.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know why 21 come up.
I was wondering, see what I think I'm looking at the right thing here. Okay, now I've got 3y equal 15x minus 21. Now, what do I do with my 3y to just get y?
You're gonna subtract 3y.
No. 3y is a multiplication. What's the opposite?
Divide.
That's right. Divide both
Side by
sides
3.
by 3. Very good. Okay, so that would become y
Equal
equal,
3x.
and that would be, okay, let's just put it here, 15x,
Divide by 3.
and we're going to divide by the 3. Let's put the 3 under here. Okay, so that would be a 3. Well, let me just put the 21 here. Okay, minus 21. So now this will be y, little y. And I'll put the 3 underneath, right? So that would be 3 underneath the 15x. And I put a 3 under the 21. Okay, let me put an underline there. Okay, that's that. Okay, now let's just bring this up. Okay, now what do I have now? What's 15x over 3, Latoya?
5x.
That's it. Y
Equal 5x.
equal 5x. And what's minus 21 over 3?
Minus 7.
Very good. Okay, so the little y is 5x
Minus 7.
minus 7. So what's the slope of this equation? What's the slope? M
Mx
y equal mx plus b. What
plus
is the
b.
m? Coefficient of
5.
the x. That's right. Very good. Slope is 5. That's the coefficient of the x. Okay, so now we took care of that. When we know what the slope is, let's go to the next one. And we want to solve that one for y. Now I'm on the next page. How do I solve that for y, Latoya? What do I do first?
You're gonna minus 5 on
No,
both sides.
nope. I want the 5y to stay where it is.
Oh, you're gonna have a minus x.
That's it. Subtract
X on both sides. I gotta
x.
learn to practice to say it the mathematical way.
That's right. Subtract the x from both sides. So that would give me 5y
Equal 10x. 10.
equal what?
Well, 5y equal 10.
10
10x.
what?
X.
No,
Oh,
subtraction.
yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
10 what?
10
But I want to subtract x.
minus x.
Minus x. Okay. So 10 minus x. Now, what do I do next?
You're gonna divide
That's it. Divide both sides by what?
by 5.
Right. By 5. Okay. Now, let me just put it here and put that
I believe it's August already.
oh, it came so fast. I couldn't believe it either. Okay, so we're going to put our underline here so we can do. Oh. Okay, and then I want to underline on the right. Okay, so you're going to divide by 5. So I put a 5 here and put a 5 here. Right? So
Yeah.
what do I get on the left, Latoya? What's 5?
Y equal.
Just Y equal. Put a little Y. Okay, equal. And that's
2 minus X.
well,
5
the
into
5
10.
is in both of the 5 is applies to both the 10 and the minus X, right?
Equal 2
So
minus 5X.
so what I'm going to do is put the minus X in the front. So it's like the MX plus B, okay,
Mm.
on the line. And this is, okay, plus 10.
5, yeah, percent.
And the 10 is also over 5, right?
Yeah.
Because that 5 applies to both, okay. So that 5 applies to both. So that would be X, and I put here a 5. And I put a 5 here, right? Now, what is that equal to, Latoya?
I can't see it.
Okay, now you can see it. What is that? So Y would be what?
Y equal minus.
Y
We're
equal
gonna
what?
cross minus 5. Minus X
No,
plus 5
no, the minus, it would just be minus,
X
and that's a 1/5
1/5.
X, right? So the coefficient is 1 minus 1/5, right? So that's X. And what's 10 over 5?
2.
2.
So it's a fraction when you see it like that.
Yes,
Oh,
it's a
shoot.
fraction. See, because that's numerator over denominator, and that's a 1x, right? So I can say 1/5 x, or if it's well, I use the slash, but you can put the underline.
Wow.
Okay,
This new
which is
math.
the same as minus 1, and then I can put the 5 underneath here, right?
God help me with this new math.
And I can put 5. You're doing good, Latoya. You're doing excellent.
I wanted to get an 80 and then I mess up by
You want
switching my answer them for the one. I switched the answer wrong. I write the wrong thing on the paper.
Oh, you did that again? You did that
Yeah.
before.
No, I have the right answer, but I was supposed to put 26, the hypotenuse triangle. I was supposed to put 26 and then the
Oh,
side, but I
okay.
turned it around the wrong way.
Okay. All
Oh,
right. Now, so this one is, let me go back up to the other one. And so you can see the difference in the slopes. Okay. So this one, let's just copy this here, where the slope was 5. And I'll copy that here. Okay. So the slope is 5 here. And this one, what's the slope for this one? This should be an X here. X minus 1/5 X. Okay. And the X doesn't really have to be, let's see. The 1/5 is the minus 1/5 is in front of the X. So let's just do this. Take that out. Okay.
so the X is the slope is 1/5 X.
Minus 1/5 X.
Negative 1/5 X.
Yeah, minus 1/5 X. And this is, let me take this out, plus 2. Plus 2. So it's MX plus B. See, so your M is a minus 1/5. So what is your slope here, Latoya?
1 minus 1/5.
No, minus 1/5.
1/5.
Because it's the coefficient of the X. So you don't have to say the X. So the slope for this one is equal to minus 1/5. Because you use a slash or the underline, okay? So when the slope is a
Mhm.
reciprocal and a change of sign is perpendicular. So
Yeah.
you have a 5 and the reciprocal of 5 is 1/5 and a plus opposite is negative. So because the slope is reciprocal of a different sign, then it is perpendicular.
Okay.
What if they were the same?
They'll be parallel.
That's right. Excellent. So perpendicular was what answer?
A.
Was that A? Let's go all the way back.
Yeah, A is perpendicular
A
because
is perpendicular. That's
they
correct.
tell me it was perpendicular.
Yes, it's perpendicular. That's exactly right. So answer
A.
A. Right. Answer A. Okay. Very good. Now, Latoya, did you do the next one? Was that number 10?
Yeah. I gotta punch out. You gotta give me a minute
Okay,
to punch out.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, number 10, we want the fence in a field whose length is twice the width, and we have 80 feet of fencing material. If we use all the fencing material, what would be the dimensions of the field? Okay, now we know what perimeter, 80 feet of fencing material, that's 80 feet is for the perimeter. So perimeter, let's just put the formula, P equals 2L plus 2W. Two lengths, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width is the perimeter. So the width, the length is twice the width. So this right here, length equal 2 times the width. That's what twice means. Length equals 2 times the width. And I'll just put this parenthesis 2 times that is 2 times the width. Okay. Okay, so we could just say let x equal width. Then 2x equal length. Because the length is twice the width. So if we say the width is x, then 2 times the x is the length. So now we can substitute this into the perimeter formula. We can go back up to this, P equals 2L plus 2W. and the perimeter is 80 feet. So we can put our 80 here, right? And the length is X, the length is 2x, so we can put 2 times 2x, and the width is x, 2x. So what do we get? 80. Let's just multiply this out and set it equal to 80. So that's 2 times 2x is 4x. So let's just, this will be 4x plus 2x. And 4x plus 2x equal 6x. Okay, so let's just put, and I'll just put the x, the 6x in front, equals 80. Divide both sides by 6. And we get x equal 80 divided by 6. And that's equal to 13.33. So we want to know the dimensions. So that means we want to know the length and the width, right? So X was the width. So X equals 13.33. That's the width. Okay. So the length is twice X. So length equal 2x. So that would be 2 times the width, which is 13.33, 3.33, and that's equal to 26.66. Okay. So dimensions are length.
Yeah, I'm back with Baba.
Okay. 26.
This is the one that
What?
I was telling you about.
Oh, that you changed it?
No, I had the right answer.
So what
But
happened?
yeah, the 26 I put it 4. Where the 13.33 is, that's where I put the 26 point something.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I turned it backwards.
You turned it
Make sure I get my
backwards.
80. Yeah, I was so mad. I was
Ah,
like,
oh my
yeah,
goodness. Yeah,
yeah, I
because,
got it right, but then I mistakenly do the answers back way.
ooh,
That's why.
because you had to
Is that I
use,
get my 80
okay, because the
that I
80
was
is the
after.
perimeter and
Yeah.
the length is twice the width. So I let X be the width and 2 times X would be the length.
Yeah, I get the 26.66. I get that part right. I get all of that.
But so
But
what happened?
then I put the width before the length.
Oh,
Because in
okay.
the problem they asked for the width. So that's why I think I put the width. I did all of that
Oh,
I did, and then mistakenly do the answer wrong. I was
Yeah,
so mad.
yeah, because all you had to do was put the length
I was like, I
and
wanted to
then
get
the
my 80
width.
so bad. I was working hard. You see, I finished early this time. I was like, I'm working with that
Yeah, you
80.
really got yours in early. Some people got them in so late. In fact, I got one today.
Yeah, I did mine. I was like 80 here. You see, I put on the top I pass.
Yes, yeah, you did excellent. And I was kind of surprised I said because Latoya got the most difficult question right, and then she missed this parameter.
No, I got it right. I just switched the answers wrong.
Oh
We're
my
supposed to have,
goodness.
I had the 26, but I put the 26 at the back and put the 13.33, the width at the front.
Okay.
That's why. The answer
Okay.
is right. Everything is right, but just because I put them in the wrong order, that's why.
Oh, you had the
Yeah.
length for the width and the width for the
Yeah.
length. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How did you factor this one, Latoya? I know you got this one right.
Yeah, I
You
got
had
that
that.
one right. Is
What's the factors?
x plus x plus 2 and x
Is that
minus
your
4.
noise?
Yeah, I'm outside. X plus 2 and x minus 4. I think that's how I did it. Could you hear
Okay.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You put X. What are your
Yep.
factors?
X minus x plus 2. Something.
Okay.
What did I do?
X plus. You had it right.
Yeah.
And what did you have for the
And
other
x
factor?
minus 4.
That's right. X minus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you try to get a -8, one has to be plus and one has to be
One has to be
minus.
in minus.
And
Yeah.
then if you're trying to get a minus in front of this two for the 2x, that means your bigger number has to be negative. That's why that 4 is negative, because the
Yeah.
-4x and a plus 2x will give you the -2x.
Yeah.
So when you factor in, you got to look at the constant and look at the coefficient of, this is a quadratic. So you've got to look, when you factor in a quadratic expression, you look at the constant and you look at the coefficient of the x. And this, when you multiply the two numbers, should give you the -8. And when you add the two numbers, you should get the -2.
-2.
So a -4 times a +2 gives you a -8.
+8.
And then a -4x and a +2x give you a -2x.
+2x.
That's how you know it's correct. All right. Did you get number 12?
No, that one you say I set it up wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I set this one up. I did it because I didn't want to go through putting all the
How you get 12.18? How much did I get? I get less. I get 12,127.
Actually, it's more than that. If you carry it out to all the decimal places they did, you'd get a much bigger number. But I cut mine down some. I mean, the calculator gave me up to like 8 places, but I said, nah, that's too many. Because if I did that, I would get $12,228.77. But I didn't want to put those really big, all those decimal places. So I wanted you to substitute in the formula. How much would you have if you invested $10,000 for 44 months at an interest rate of 5.5%, and you compounded monthly, which means you compounding 12 times during the year, right? So I want you to substitute the P, your principal that you put in, that's your $10,000, right? The R is what? That's the 5.5% change to a decimal. That's the 0.055 divided by N. N is the number of times that you are compounding it. That's 12 times a year. So this is monthly, right? So 1,000 times 1 plus 0.055 divided by 12 raised to the N times the T power. So the N, the T is what?
time.
The 12 times you're doing it, right? But
Yeah.
the N is in years. So you have 44 months divided by 12. That gives you, because you have to have that in years, right? So 44 over 12 times 12 just gives you 44.
Yeah.
Then you put in the calculator, the 1 plus the 0.055 divided by 12 is 1.0045. The power is 44. So you put in this number in the calculator, put the exponent 44, and that will give you 1.218. Multiply that by the 10,000 and you get 12,180. So you'll have 12,180 in the account after 44 months. So this really answers 12, because 12 said the setup and how much money you will have. So the money is the 12,180 and the setup is what we have here. Any questions, Latoya?
Understand the thing outside.
Huh?
I didn't understand that little thing outside the bracket. That's why.
Oh, what, this NT?
Yeah, NT. I didn't see
Yeah,
what it mean. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. Well, maybe I should have told you what it meant.
Yeah, I didn't see what it means.
I
That's
think we
why
did some examples in our head, but I should have put it there. Yeah, where you know that the
I put the
T,
44 there, but I
that
didn't I
yeah,
didn't
that
know what that mean. I was trying to figure out where to put the 44.
oh, okay. Well, let me
Yeah.
just because you said that, let me just put here. Okay, let me put here. Yeah, let me put here. Okay. N is years. Okay, that's the time. Put this here. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Okay. N is, let me just spell it out that way. That way, next time you know it. N is time in years. All right. T is the number of times a year you compound the interest. Okay. So N is time in years. T is number of times interest is compounded.
Mm. Now you're gonna
Okay.
make me invest more money now?
Why not? Why not? Because your money can really grow when it's compounding. And see, you got that from the number of times it's compounded. It says interest is compounded monthly right here. That's that 12. Okay.
To stay in school because I do something the other day and I get a 12%. And this is
Uh,
5.5%.
okay. Now this
Yeah.
is interest compound monthly. That means 12 times a year. Number of time interest is compounded during the year is 12. That's why that T right here is 12. See the 12? And years, remember you'd have to convert if the amount, the time that you're investing is not in years, you have to convert it to years. So 44 months divided by 12 would give you years. You follow that, Latoya? Right here?
Yeah, but that's a lot of money too. You get 22,000 something in a 44 months. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's not bad at all. And
That's a lot of
just
money to
think if you
me.
had 100,000.
Yeah, that's
100,000 will really grow. That's how rich people get richer, right? Okay,
up my investment game now.
so now Latoya, is it clearer to you now?
Yeah, I didn't
Okay,
understand that part. That's why
yeah,
I was
I
like,
probably should have put this here. N is time in years. T is number of times interest is compounded. and that's the monthly, so it's 12 times. That's compounded during the year. N is the time in years. That's you invested right here 44 months and you converted that to years, 44 divided by 12. Okay. All right, let's go to number 13. Okay, number 13.
Oh, this one is
Did you get,
simplify.
yeah, did you get that one right, Latoya?
I think it was 32 minus 32
I think you had
to
that
the
one right.
16.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. It was
Minus 32 to the
minus
16 powers.
32x to the 16. That's
16
right.
powers, yeah.
Minus 32x, and then we had the
The
16.
16 powers.
That's right, 16. Okay, now let's just see how we got that. Now, when you have an exponent like this, it applies to everything in the parentheses. So the minus 2 has to be raised to the third power, and then the 3 times the 4. Like over here, the minus 2 to the second power. So let's just take this. So we'll make sure. Oop. Okay. Okay, let me just put this here. Okay. Now, minus 2 to the third power is minus 2 times minus 2, which is a 4. And then time minus 2 again is an 8. So that's going to be what? A minus 8.
8 times.
And 3 times 4, that's 12, right?
12, yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 12. Okay, so that was going to be that. So let's just put this in parentheses. So the first one is going to be minus 8. Okay. Nope, wrong. Okay, let me move that over. Okay. It's going back to that. I don't want it to go. I want it to go. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Minus 8x. Okay, to the 12th. Let me put here. 1, 2. Okay. And we put this here. Okay, so the minus 2x, let me take that out, to the 4th raised to the 3rd power. The minus 2 is the minus 8. And the x to the 4th and 3 is 12. So let's take the next one. What's a minus 2 times a minus 2, Latoya? Okay, a minus 2 times a minus 2 is a 4. And then x to the 2nd raised to the 2nd, that would be to the 4th. Okay, so that would be 4. And let's just put that here. Okay. And multiply that out. A minus 8 times a plus 4 is a minus 32. And 12, you add the exponents, 12 plus 4 is 16. So your answer is, so this is your answer. Answer minus 32 times x to the 16. But just remember, when you have an exponent, it applies to everything in parentheses. When you have one outside of parentheses, it applies to the numbers and the variables. So that's your answer, minus 32 times x to the 16. All right, let's go to it. And you had that one right. I'm just put that for the benefit of the ones that will be looking at it on YouTube, or, you know, looking at the session. Okay, now, Latoya, you had this one right, 14, right?
Yeah, I got that one, 77. This one I didn't understand, Miss Barbara. 15. What those two little dots mean?
Dots is multiplication. Remember, I told you
did
dots.
multiplication, but it's you said wrong.
Okay, we're gonna go
I
through.
don't know.
But let's just do this one. Now, this is what? Pythagorean, right?
Yeah, it's a squared plus b squared plus c squared.
That's right, Pythagorean.
And the hypotenuse is along this side.
That's it. Oh boy, you're so smart, I tell you. Okay, c square. Okay, c square, and let's just put here. Let's see. C square equals, and I'll just copy that and then change it to A. Okay, so that would be C square equals A square. Instead of C here, let's put that A, plus B square. Okay, plus, and that would be B square. And you said C square is the longest side, right? The hypotenuse. So they gave you the hypotenuse as what? What was the value of the hypotenuse? And the problem, what did they give you, Latoya?
9 feet.
That's it, right here. Hypotenuse of the right triangle has a length of 9 feet. Remember, Pythagorean only holds for the right triangle. So this would be 9. Take that out. And just copy this and then put in the values. Okay, so instead of C, we want to put here a 9, right? Because that's what the hypotenuse. And one side is a 2, right? So let's just call the A a 2, and we're looking for B. Okay, so what's 9 squared, Latoya? 9 to the second power.
What's wrong with this?
Latoya?
I'm not mute. You hear me now?
I can hear you. What's 9 to the second power?
81.
81, right. Okay. What's 2 to the second power?
4.
4, okay. So that would be plus, and we're going to put plus B square. Okay, so what do I do next, Latoya? Solving for B.
81.
Yeah, what do I do to both sides?
Minus 81.
No, minus 4.
Oh yeah, minus 4.
Subtract 4.
On both sides.
Both sides.
On both sides.
Okay, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is bring this all to the next page so we can finish it up. Okay. So we're subtracting 4 from both sides. So let me just copy this and subtract out 4. Okay, so -4 on the left and -4 on the right. Okay, so -4. So I get what? 77 on the left.
Yeah.
And I get what? B squared on the right.
Yeah.
And then what do I do next? So this is
You're
equal
gonna
to,
find the square root of B.
that's right. So this would be, all right, B squared. So I can find, let's see, insert. Oh, let's see. I was trying to find my square root symbol. Do I have one someplace?
Yeah.
Did I have one some other place? Let's see. I don't think I had too many of those. I'm trying to insert this and I can't get to it because it's covered up by something. Okay. Let's see. Insert. Let's see. Symbol. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Now B equal. And let me just insert symbol. Okay. There we go. 70. So that would be the square root of 77. Because you take the square root of both sides, square root of 77, square root of B squared is just B. And I think I told you the well, I didn't actually give you the okay. What is the length of the remaining side in feet? So you could leave it as square root of 77.
Yeah.
Okay. And that would be your answer.
Yeah, I get that one right.
Write the answer in radical form. Okay. Now you
Mhm.
said 15 you did not get
Oh
right.
yeah. 15, it I just saw it's a division, but it came out as a subtraction on my part.
Oh, you didn't see
That's
the
why I got it
division?
wrong. Yeah, I didn't see it. No, I see it as a division and a thing.
And
When you email it to me, it come out as a minus. So that's
it
why I
came
got
as
it
a
wrong.
minus? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you say my answer was 8, and I was like, why is my answer 8? My answer is 30, maybe 32. And
Oh,
then it said
okay.
subtraction. It came out as subtraction. There wasn't no that still a while ago. I was surprised.
Oh, it didn't
Because I
look
know
like
that get that
this.
one right. Yeah, it didn't look like that when I printed out.
Ooh.
That's why I got it wrong, because I know the little dot stem is multiplication. But this between the two parentheses was minus. I don't
Oh
know. It
yeah,
covered that by the
sometime that could happen. Yeah, because let's see, this become -2 times. Okay, let's just write this -2 and okay, I'm gonna switch this to asterisk. 2 to the third is 2
I don't
times
know, but
2
I put
times 2
over and over,
is 8, right?
and it never come out as division. Yeah.
Times 2. Now all of this is divided by a -4. Okay. This is divided by, and you got the division sign. Surprised that that didn't come out right.
Yeah, it come out, and I printed more than once.
I have
Because
to,
number 1 to 3 wasn't coming out on my printer.
yeah, I'll have to
I went
use the
through a lot.
slash and the underline. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. Let me make a note of that because that sign is not on everybody's computer. Okay, use slash or underline. Okay. I said that because before I give you the next one, I'll see if I have that on there. I'll change it. Okay.
So no was gonna get an 80. I was betting on my 80.
No, you got an excellent score though. Okay. So now -2 times 8 is what? -16.
A minus
Times,
32.
yeah, so that's equal to
8
-32 divided
divided
by
by
-4,
4.
which is equal to the number 8.
8, yeah.
That's your answer. So answer is 8. It's a +8. Okay. That's your answer for number 15.
Yeah. Because
Very
it was
good.
like wrong. I was like, what?
Latoya, you got some of your bonuses right? Then you get
Yeah,
the
but the
extra
division
credit?
wasn't there.
The extra credit? Did you get the extra credit?
Which
16 or
one? This
17?
one?
Did you get that one right?
Let me see. I think so. I
16?
think I get one of them right. Yeah. But
Actually,
2
this
was
is like a
supposed to
work
get right.
problem, right? It's like a work because it's 6
Yeah.
hours for one pipe and 9 hours for the other. So it's like a
Yeah.
work problem. So you can put like 1/6. Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's like
solve it just like you do a work problem, like two people working. And what would they do if they work together?
like a ratio proportion.
Yeah, somewhat. Okay, so you'd have 1/6 plus 1/9, and that's equal to what? 1/n. And we want to solve for n. Now, what's the least common multiple here? 18?
54.
No,
No,
the least is
18.
18. So this
18.
becomes 3/18
18 plus 2
plus
over
plus 2/18, right?
18.
2/18.
Yeah.
And what's that equal to?
5/18.
5/18. So what is n equal to? All you have to do is flip it, right? So
Yeah.
n is going to be equal to, n is equal to 18/5. And what is that equal to?
3.5 or 6, 3.6 hours.
3.6. That's right, 3.6 hours.
Yeah, I got that one right.
Okay, so that's answer B. Okay. Now, I was surprised that everybody got 17 wrong.
I did that one, and my spirit was telling me it's D. And then I was like, I don't want to. I was like, A or
Yeah,
D,
the
because I know
answer
two.
is D. So
So I
what
was
did you
like,
put?
shoot.
So what did you
I
put,
end up
Latoya?
don't say I put A. Because I do math in the middle of the night. I do it like in 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
But Latoya, just think now, a company that manufactures car headlights tests 3% of its daily production. If 900 headlights were tested on Friday, what was the total number of headlights produced that day? Now, it can't be less than, it's got to be greater. Remember, the 900 headlights is equivalent to 3%.
Yeah.
Did you read this carefully?
No, I just guess the answer was D, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I changed my
because
mind. That's
well,
why.
remember it says it tests 3%. See here, 3%.
Yeah, I
Here.
see that.
So that 3% is equivalent to 900 headlights. 3%, let me just put it here, is equivalent to 900 headlights. So the total number produced that day is going to be what?
30,000.
That's right, because the 900, and if I put that as a math equation, I would say 900 equal 3%. Let's see, 3% of
Mhm.
total
Let me put that other bit.
headlights produced.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah. So if you take that 3% and divide it, make it a 0.03 and divide it into 900, you get your answer. So 3% of N is 900. So N is going to be 900, 900 divided by 0.03. Okay, so N is going to be equal to 900 divided by 0.03, which is equal to, and if you didn't want to deal with the decimals, you could say 90,000 divided by 3. And what's 90,000 divided by 3?
30,000.
That's right, 30,000. 90,000 divided by 3, and that's equal to 30,000. Equal 30,000. Okay, and that's your answer. So your answer is D. Answer D. See, so it can't be a small number because 900 is the number you tested, but that represents 3%. So you had to test out of a big total to get the 3% to be 900. So 30,000 were produced. 3% of the 30,000 gives you the 900 that were tested. And that's it for that worksheet. Now I'll be sending you your next worksheet number 8. And
I was so sad.
what?
The number 15 was a division.
Oh yeah, well I won't give you that division symbol anymore. I made a note of that because since it could cause problem depending upon how it's translated, when you print it out. You know what you should have done, Latoya? And you didn't think about doing it. Used a negative. This was negative, and then I would have given you credit. When something like that happens, just say how it was on your sheet, and then I will give you credit because you would have gotten it right based on the symbol you used.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to stop here, and I will be putting this session on YouTube. I will be sending you this, emailing you this session, and by Wednesday of this week or before, I will be sending you your next session will be number 8. That would be the last one for the summer. Okay.
Wow.
That'll be
We bad. We do a lot of work for the summer when everybody is doing.
No, but look, we have like 3 weeks or so in between. So, it gives you time to work on 1 or 2 problems. You can work on 1 or 2 a day. You don't have to do them all at once. Because actually, they don't have to be done in order either. You do them the way you feel like you can do them. Okay.
That's true.
All right. They don't have to really be done in order.
So you're gonna email me this?
Yes, I'm gonna email you this session, and then I will email you the next worksheet number 8, and you'll get it by Wednesday or before. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Latoya, keep up the good work. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So long.
So long.